Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome. My name's Saleh Al-Minji and welcome to episode 12 of Rate My Trades. So, yes, as you can probably tell, I haven't uploaded any Rate My Trades episodes in the past around 9 weeks. Why was that? Also, as you can tell, new location, so since the last episode, a lot's gone on, moved to a new place, just a lot's gone on. But we're back and we're better. And boy, am I excited to show you the next trades, not the next trades, and boy am I excited to show you the trades that we looked at in the last episode, because since then, in the past 9 weeks, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Let's get right into it. So, here we have EUR and OK. So if you can remember how EUR and OK looked in the last episode, it's going to come up on the screen now. You will see that we have absolutely smashed. We have absolutely smashed our take profit. Look at that. Just look at that. There's nothing more I can say. There's nothing more I can say. So we're going to move on. Now, USD MXN. With this one now, as we can see, it hasn't hit the take profit. However, it's still on the way. It was playing about with Ichimoku Cloud on a week chart. If we come into the day chart now as well, you can see that it has just crossed over the Ichimoku Cloud on the day chart. So we are on track. We are on track. We're still in this trade. This is a fantastic trade. Let's keep it moving. EUR AUD. Now with this trade, once again, there's not much I can actually say. On the week chart now, you can see how this looked in the previous episode. It's going to come up on the screen now. In comparison to that, you can see that now we have absolutely smashed our take profit money. So let's move into the day chart and see what it's looking like there. Amazing, amazing. Now, potentially at this point, I would say that because of the way it has smashed the top resistance line, we might potentially be in for an extended buy with a take profit of around 1.7. However, I'm not confident enough to put myself into that trade, so I'm just going to watch it for now and see what happens. But let's keep it moving at this point. Natural gas. So, now remember when I said that you could sell natural gas to around 2 as your take profit? Now, look at this, we are currently on, what's this? Around 2.11. Look at the journey, everything is here. You remember when I first mentioned natural gas to be a good sell? That was like over 10, definitely over like 15 weeks ago now. Now look at it now. I know this, I say this, I do this. Yes, let's keep it moving. EUR USD. So now, with this currency pair, what we can see is, in comparison to how this looked in the last episode, it's going to come up on the screen now. You will see that we were coming quite far away from our take profit. And then, because I know this, I say this, I do this, yes, it went and completely smashed our take profit, and now it's bouncing up again. Just around this line that we've also got a previous price level put into the market. So, there's not much more I can say, let's just keep it moving. CAD CHF. Now, this one, I was struggling with this one for quite some time. If you can remember, we were thinking that it was going to swap to a buy and then came back to swapping it to a sell. Now, all the money that we lost in swapping those trades, I think we lost like £5, £3, £6, all that money that we lost in all those trades. So with this one, now CAD CHF. Now, if you can remember from the last episode, which was around 9 weeks ago, with this one, in the last episode, I did continue to say that we were looking to sell this. However, My journey with CAD CHF has been a difficult one. There were times that I was thinking to swap it to a buy and then swap it to a sell, buy, sell, blah, 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 blah. However, in the last episode, as you can see yourself, if you go back to it, you will see that we were looking to sell this. And what can I say? Completely hit the take profit, and yeah, I know this, I say this, I do this, yes. Rate my trades, make sure you tune in for all this free technical analysis that I'm giving you. Now, with the account that we are currently trading on, over the past 9 weeks, on the Rate My Trades account, we have currently got to £299.60. Now that gives us roughly a profit since we started of £129.60. So over the past 9 weeks, we have made roughly around 5.3% profit every week. Now 5.3% profit, if you were to times that by 52 and find out what we would get going at that rate throughout the whole year, we would see that we would get to around £747 at the end of the year. Now that would give us a return of 275.6% over the year. Now first of all, think about this now. If you go to your bank, is your bank going to give that to you? Hedge fund? Where can you get these sorts of returns? It's quite hard to find, isn't it? Well, you can find it by giving yourself the education required in order to withdraw profits from the markets consistently, day in, day out. So now, let's move on to the future trades, the trades that we are currently looking at, because some of these, as you can see, are quite outdated. Our take profits have been smashed, the money has been made. So, new trades now. NZD CAD. Now with this trade, what we are doing is we're currently looking at a sell. Potential take profit is going to be around 0.84, and we're looking at a sell because of the previous price levels that it has touched around here and around here. If we move into the day chart as well, you can see that everything is nice below the Ichimoku cloud. Conversion line is well below the baseline, so everything is looking on track. We are looking at this as a sell. NZDCHF, NZDCHF. So NZDCHF, it's also an NZD New Zealand dollar pair. So as we can see, we are also looking at the same pattern here. So what I'm also looking to do is sell this one. We have got, I should probably move this take profit because it is a bit ambitious. So we are currently looking at a take profit of around 5.9. So that is that for now. If you also dive into the day chart as well, you can see that same with the NZD-CAD pair, we also have the same pattern. Now let's move it on. NZD-USD. Now if you can remember 2 previous episodes, this was a trade that we were looking at before, and around this point here it did go quite against our favour, so I decided to withdraw from that trade and just watch it for that period. Now since then, look at that. It came and it actually, because our original take profit was around here. A screenshot of that episode is going to come up on the screen now. And you will see that obviously that one was smashed, but because this was an NZD pair and we are currently looking at shorting NZD-CHF and NZD-CAD, I believe that we are safe to continue selling NZD-USD to a take profit of around 6.3 due to the previous price levels that have been put in, and at this point I think it's also safe for us to put in another price level line right there. Now, last but definitely not least, USD MXN. Now this is currently the last currency pair that we're currently looking at buying, and we were looking at buying this before. Now since the last episode, A screenshot of how USD MXN looked in the last episode is going to come up on the screen now. You will see that there's not much I can say. So, of course, yeah, right, it hasn't hit the take profit. However, what it has done, so yeah, looking at this chart, what you can see is, of course, yeah, it hasn't hit the take profit yet. However, it hasn't hit our stop loss. So we've kind of got a little channel in this region. And on the day chart now, the candlesticks have just crossed over to the plus side of the Ichimoku cloud, which is very good for us. If we go and dive into the 4-hour chart as well, we can see that he is currently bouncing around in a tiny channel between 19.4 and 19.7. Now, what I would be expecting to happen around this point would be for it to continue to play around this level for some time and probably even fall to the downside of the Ichimoku cloud. Now, why would I say this is still a potential buy if it's going to fall to the downside of the Ichimoku cloud? Just because it falls downside of the Ichimoku cloud on the 4-hour chart doesn't really mean anything necessarily for the bigger picture. Because if you can remember, with these trades, we're not looking for short, weak trades, we're looking for long-term, the trade you can trust. The trade is a must. The trade that will never collect dust. That's exactly what we're looking for. So, at this point now, still we've got a nice take profit of around 2.5, and we're just nicely waiting for that. Going to be very cautious of it for the near future and just watch it to see if it does fall below 19.4. If it does, then we're going to just stop and do not touch it for that time period, and then just wait to get into our perfect trade when it comes back onto the top of the Ichimoku cloud and that line of resistance has been passed. So, thank you very much for tuning into this episode, and yeah, we'll see you next week. What are you still doing here? Go be great.